So, poetic justice theory is getting a lot of attention on YouTube, and real YouTubers are reacting to our theory, and I am so excited and so grateful. Thank you so much, Mr. Screwface, for reviewing my video. I know it's super cringy, and I apologize for that. I did want to add a little bit of context for that video. For anybody who is considered, because it's been a very popular video, for some reason, the one that people have been pulling to review from, and it is the worst video that you guys could pull, but you were super fair. Thank you so much for that. But I wanted to explain a little bit, give a little context to when that video was made. It's really old, and it's not the best one to pull. I made that video on April 21st of 2024. That was only the third time I had ever talked about rap online. My first time was back in January of 2021. And then I didn't talk about it again at all until the beef popped off. And about 2 weeks before Euphoria dropped, everybody was talking crap about Kendrick. And they were saying, Kendrick's not going to respond. Drake got him, he cooked him, and we, having made the poetic justice theory, we were like, well, no, he's going to respond. And so we jumped on TikTok and we made like 4 or 5 videos about the poetic justice theory on TikTok, saying that, he's definitely going to respond because he's already beat him once. And we kind of just ran through briefly in such a short amount of time. Like, this video is an hour and a half long. Just briefly explained what poetic justice theory was. And we caught a lot of flack for it, obviously, but at the same time, that was, 9 days before Euphoria had dropped. So, and we weren't wrong about a lot of it. I do want you to go look a little bit, if you're going to review our videos, this one right here, the Kendrick Lamar got Drake to diss himself on poetic justice, the 38-minute video is probably going to be the best one. We've been trying to figure out how to condense this and talk about this for 5 years because it's so much information. We have made over 12 hours worth of content. So this video, is the one to react to. It's going to be the easiest one to your easiest intro into it. Obviously, there's some things that we may be wrong about, but if you want to really understand where our mindset is, you should watch the deeper dives, because it is we try to keep it very factual. We stick to the timeline and we stick to the lyrics, and the first video is a little bit cringy, but it's a little bit prophetic as well. If you listen to the themes of what we're talking about, it's all pulled from the lyrics. So, mind you, years before the actual beef popped off. So, and this is not our normal content. We're not trying to, we haven't profited off of this. If anything, this has cost us money. This is just for our love of art, our love of Kendrick's message. We feel responsible to keep, talking about it because, there's a possibility we're wrong. Obviously there's a possibility we're wrong. And if we're wrong, it's just going to ruin our reputations. That's all, but if we're right, this is important and it's bigger than me and it's bigger than Anthony. And, we're willing to, take a little flack, for our skin color or, our, the way we talk about it. I know I'm really awkward. I have a touch of the tism. And I'm dyslexic, so my words get jumbled a lot and I get nervous. So I thank you so much, everybody, for reviewing our content. If you want to understand poetic justice theory, start right here. This is a really great entrance point. And then if you want to know more, then you can go watch the deeper dives. And, we go line for line, lyric for lyric, and we give you our breakdowns. We give you context, timestamps. We really get into it. We really enjoy this. So have fun. Thank you so much for joining us.